The passage, Exodus 33, 7-11 summary. Moses pitched a tent outside the camp, called the Tent of Meeting. Anyone who sought the Lord would go there. When Moses entered, the pillar of cloud, God's presence, descended and stood at the entrance. The people would rise and worship at their own tents. God spoke to Moses face to face as a man speaks to his friend. Why did God ask Moses to build the tent of meeting? 1. A place of separation. The tent was outside the camp. Israel had just sinned with the golden calf, Exodus 32. Sin broke their intimacy with God. The separation symbolized that God is holy and cannot dwell in the midst of unrepented sin. Application today. Sometimes God calls us to step outside the camp, to separate from sin, distraction, or worldly noise, to meet Him in holiness. 2. A place of access. Anyone who sought the Lord could go to the tent, v7. It wasn't just for Moses. God was showing Israel. Despite their failure, He still made a way for His people to seek Him. Application today. Jesus is our true tent of meeting. John 1:14, the Word dwelt, tabernacled, among us. Through Christ, every believer has direct access to God's presence. Hebrews 4:16. 3. A visible manifestation of God's presence. The pillar of cloud descended when Moses entered. The people could see God's presence was real and near. This built reverence, awe, and reminded them that God was actively guiding His people. Application today. We may not see a cloud, but God still gives signs of His presence through answered prayers, peace that passes understanding, and the witness of the Holy Spirit. 4. A place of intercession and friendship. God spoke to Moses face to face as a man speaks with his friend, v11. The tent was where Moses pleaded for Israel, sought guidance, and grew in intimacy with God. Application today. Prayer is our tent of meeting. It's not just asking for things, but cultivating friendship with God. Jesus said, "I have called you friends," John 15:15. Applying Exodus 33, 7-11 to our day's 1. We need sacred space. Just as Moses set apart a physical tent, we need intentional places, times to meet God apart from daily chaos. That could be a prayer closet, a walk in nature, or even setting aside your phone for an hour. 2. God is accessible to all. The tent wasn't just for Moses. Today, through Christ, access to God is open to everyone who seeks Him. No priest or prophet stands between us and God. Jesus bridged the gap. 3. God's presence inspires worship. Notice the people responded with worship when they saw the cloud. Today, when people see God at work in your life, it should inspire them to worship too. 4. Friendship with God is possible. The tent shows us God's desire isn't just rulership but relationship. He wants to walk with us as a friend.